So my name is Rick Morell. I live at a place I call Aloha Farm. I run something called the Aloha Project, which is a food security project. And we have a festival called Aloha Festival. So what's all the aloha, right? Um, when I was in Hawaii, I met an elder named Uncle Ted. And at first he couldn't, like I didn't follow protocols, like I just went to meet him and he said, you can't just meet me, someone's gotta bring you here that we both know. So, okay, I'll come back. So I came back with my friend and she introduced us, and then Uncle Ted, he says to me, he says, well, what do you want to know? And I said, well, what kind of a man did an ancient Hawaiian consider to be a good man? And he looked at me kind of harsh and he says, like, what kind of man, royalty? And I said, no, farmer. He says, oh, okay, farmer. I teach you about aloha. He says, aloha, well, it means love, means hello, means goodbye. You know these things, it's true. But aloha man grows lots of taro, which is like their potatoes, right? Grows lots of bananas, all kinds of food. Lots, works hard. Somebody's hungry, family's too fucked up to grow their own food, his word, not mine. They come to the farm for one day. They work that day and they take home enough food for a week. Nobody's hungry. Grows lots of food. Generous. There's a festival, donates the food. He's busy because he's growing all this taro, bananas, coconut, mango, whatever. But if someone's building a house, has time to help build the house. Has time to help build the road to the house. Says, Aloha man tells the truth. Aloha man doesn't start trouble, but if someone attacks the community, that guy's dead. And he's going to keep on teaching me, but my friend wanted to go home and I didn't know my way home without her, so I had to go. I learned later that working in Jim Kane's garden, doing aloha there, that from the perspective of the person who doesn't have the land or doesn't have the skills or the right personality to be day after day doing the things you need to raise food, that person that came for the day, they put in enough time to feed 50 people. It's not hard to grow food to feed people if you know what you're doing. So Aloha man's role within their society is to take care of the land and to do the things that need to be done from day to day to make sure the food keeps on flowing. And other people come in and help, and that's how they take care of food security. There's no money involved. And like when you're in that garden, when you're helping Jim Kane's place, there's like 10 of you, like you're not by yourself, feeling overwhelmed by life and by, whatever. I mean, me, I'm pretty self-motivated about that stuff, but there are lots of people that by themselves, it's an issue, right? So you're out there and you're talking about life and you're telling your stories and you're singing songs and whatever people choose to do. It's amazing feeling of community. And no money, no money involved, and yet nobody's hungry and everybody. They're not just going to the food bank and getting stale bread and expired pasta and you know what I mean? Like it's fresh vegetables and fresh meat and fruit and anyway, so I came back here and now I'm just at the farm. The store is gone. And what I want to do, what the Aloha Project is meant to do, is to build food farms like those farms I saw in Hawaii. At first I thought just here I'll have the farm and then people can come and help and they're learning how to garden and they're having community and they're taking home food. But this place is too far from the people that don't have money, like they don't have money for gas and they don't have cars. So the conclusion is that the gardens have to be within the communities. And so what we want to do is use this place as a demonstration site where we can bring mayors or chiefs or people from administration of different communities to see this is what we would put within your community, and then people would come and help, and you'd have like someone whose job is to manage that, someone who's paid to have a job to manage the farm, and people would come and they'd learn how to garden and they'd take home food and they'd learn how to take care of chickens and they take home eggs and they take home meat, and yeah, so the skills are being shared, and you've got community because you got a bunch of people, different generations, and different people working together to grow the food, and food security is taken care of with fresh, beautiful vegetables and fruits and meat, and not just stale pasta and crackers. So this is the vision of the Aloha Project. That's where the Aloha idea came from. That's why I use the word Aloha, even though I realize I'm not a Hawaiian. We don't in English have a word for Aloha. First Nations cultures do have these kinds of concepts about taking care of each other and taking care of the community and taking care of nature. Unfortunately, those languages aren't being spoken very much these days. So the word Aloha just really nails what I feel is the right way to move forward in terms of building food security and building our future food supply. And yeah, so Aloha.